Excellent. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jean Favor, Family Liaison with the Great Start Collaborative and Family Coalition of Charlevoix, Emmett, and Northern Antrim counties. So for those of you who have watched these before live and who are coming in live right now, you can put your comments and questions in the chat, and I'll call them out to our guests today. And if you're watching this archived on our website or on the Facebook, you can always send us messages and questions and comments, and we'll get those answered. So this is a collaboration this morning with the Healthy Families, a couple of the Healthy Families ladies, Healthy Families Northern Michigan through the Health Department. And I'm really excited to have Caitlin and Kelly here today because we're kind of putting a little focus on all the home visiting options that are available in our area, and there's more than you might believe. So I would want to give Caitlin and Kelly a chance to introduce themselves, maybe talk about what they're doing. And hello, for you guys who just popped in, introduce yourselves if you'd like, and let us know if you have any questions. Caitlin, welcome. Thank you for being here. Do you want to give us a little bit about who you are and what you do with Healthy Families?
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for having me. My name is Caitlin. I'm a nurse by trade, and I work at the Health Department of Northwest Michigan as a nursing supervisor. One of my primary roles is overseeing the Healthy Families Northern Michigan home visiting program.
Excellent. Thank you, Caitlin. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for about 4 years.
Okay. You're an expert. Kelly, thank you for coming as well. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep, thanks for having me. My name's Kelly Kloss. I'm the Healthy Families Program Manager. I work out at Emmett. I also do a little bit of home visiting in Charlevoix.
Awesome. It's going to be really great to hear perspective. And I know Caitlin has told me that she's had experience doing home visiting as well in a different role. So we've got some veteran home visitors here. And I think that's really important for families to kind of hear what is it like to actually have a home visit. So I always have a lot of questions. I come at it like I'm a parent, and I want to know if this service is for me. And so the first thing I'm going to want to know, like, am I qualified to receive this home visiting service? What's it going to provide for me? What do I need to do? What are my requirements? Does it cost anything? So my first question is, who do you serve? Is there an age limit? Is there income limits, location limits? How do I know if it's something that I can access?
Yeah, absolutely. So we serve 8 counties. So we serve Otsego, Antrim, Charlevoix, Emmett, Roscommon, Iosco, Oscoda, and Ogama counties. So we're spread out a little bit over northern Michigan. And we serve pregnant people and kiddos up to the age of 4. So we really, by our program requirements, they like us to enroll babies by the age of 2 months, but we do have some variability in that. Where we might be able to enroll you and serve you if you're a little bit over that age limit, but we do serve up until the age of 4.
So you said also pregnant people. So
Yes.
how does the home, I mean, we'll talk about this a bit, but if I'm expecting a child, I can enroll, and does that mean that when my baby is born, you're going to be ready to step in and start providing home visits, or what does that look like as a pregnant individual?
Yeah, so we start home visiting during the pregnancy, actually. So while we focus a lot on child development and different milestones, when the baby's born during pregnancy, we're also there to help guide, educate, and answer questions throughout the pregnancy as well. So home visiting starts on day 1.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. So is that as soon as I know I'm pregnant, I can fill out a request for information form?
Yes, yeah, we encourage you to.
Awesome. Okay, so if I'm pregnant or my child is under 4, Caitlin, you also said, is there like a start? You said preferably by 2 months, but if my child is like 2.5, is it too late? Can I start then, or am I out of luck? And maybe Kelly knows that too as the program supervisor.
I think we can go, correct me if I'm wrong, Caitlin, but I think after 1, we are no longer able to enroll, but anywhere before that.
Okay, that's good to know. So pregnant through 12 months is my cutoff. Okay, so if you're out there listening and you're getting to that point, I assume that's to have continuity and really be able to focus from the beginning on those developmental
Yes.
milestones.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. And then it goes all the way till 4 years old. I imagine there's an opt-out option if it's not working, or
Yes, we are completely a voluntary program from the first meeting onward. So if it's ever not the right fit or not the right time in a family's space, it is voluntary. We do re-enroll. So if you leave the program, you leave the service area, something like happens, and you come back, we can re-enroll, and we can do that past the 1 year mark.
okay, if you've already been seen and kind of in the system there. Okay, that's good to know too. Okay, so 0 to 4, get you before a year old. So what we're talking about developmental milestones and focusing on that for the child. So Kelly, maybe you have the intel on this. What does it look like? Well, how often do you come visit? Is it always in my home? What do we talk about? What do I have to do?
Yeah. So it is ideally in the home, but we also meet at the office. We can meet in public places like the library. Really tailor it to whatever the family is looking for. And then when we come, we do the ASQ developmental screeners. So we do those like pretty much at 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, and on up.
Okay, give
So
us
pretty
a
much
little
every-
just a little debrief of what ASQ developmental screeners means and look like.
Yeah. So it's a form that the parent can fill out, or we can read it and ask questions. And it just goes over 6 different developmental domains. So it goes over communication, gross motor, fine motor, problem solving, and personal social development. So it just has 6 questions in each domain. Kind of see where your kiddo is at, whether they are meeting it all the time, some of the time, or not at all. And then based on that, we can kind of tailor our services. And if a kiddo is behind in one area, then we can do an early on referral. To help with that, we bring activities to support whatever developmental areas the kiddo might be struggling with. And then just some education on that as well.
Okay, so if there is a referral needed, or if another organization comes in to help support my family, do I stop working with Healthy Families, or do we continue on regardless of other supports being received?
We continue on. The only time we don't is if a family is already seeing early Head Start.
As a home visiting
in the home
option.
visiting capacity, we can't do that.
Okay, that's good to know too. Okay, so then you come in and you it might administer the ASQ for a visit. How often do you visit?
Our visits start out as weekly visits. They're typically about an hour long. And usually we try and stick with the weekly visits for about 6 months or so, and then just kind of see where the family's at. We might continue with weekly visits, or if they're feeling really supported and doing really well, then we might switch to bi-weekly visits at that point.
Okay. Is it something where, like, do you just take the child and kind of work with them, or is it a whole, like, are the parents and other family members kind of part of the process of the visit and learning?
We focus on everybody that is present. So we're really looking at building the bond between the parent and the child. So yeah, we really like when everyone in the home is involved.
Yeah, it's the whole family dynamic going on there. Okay, awesome. So what, all those counties, what does it, do I have to pay anything to receive the service, or what does it cost me?
The service is completely free. So we're happy to come and see you at your home, in our office space, or in any public space that's comfortable for you, but it is completely free and voluntary.
It's free for anybody? Do I need to have an income limit or a family size minimum or maximum? Is there any qualifications? Do I have to fill out a form that says what my needs are? How do you determine who receives a Healthy Families home visitor?
Yeah, so there's no income qualifications. So you could be a millionaire and qualify for these programs, or be anywhere else on the spectrum there. There's no family size limit either, so you could have a family of 12 and still get value from our services, or it could be your first baby and could find it extremely helpful. On our first visit together, we do a lengthy kind of questionnaire type situation where we really learn about your family, learn about your past history, and really see how we can tailor services to you. So there's not one qualifying thing that I can tell you, but from our conversation together, we learn to see if the services are going to be valuable for you, and then we determine your qualification from there.
Okay, so so I'm pretty much guaranteed an initial visit and kind of an assessment of my needs. Is that, am I hearing that right? Okay, and then go on together as like a team to determine if it's going to be worth our time to continue on or how often to do it. And that's how you determine who receives services. Okay, all right, and it's free. Free is good, so I don't have to bill my insurance or anything like that, or deal with that. I just need to sign up. Okay. So is the actual home visit, is it is it educational? Do you sit there and like present to me? Is it play based? What do I expect to what would I have to do as a parent when the home visitor comes in?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, and it's really tailored to each family's like wants and needs. So we do have a curriculum that we share, and it just kind of goes over a bunch of different stuff. Our families will typically like ask us for things that they want information on. We have a lot of like milestone curriculum, so we always bring something regarding that and go over that. And then we also do like a lot of activities and play together with the child and the parent. So
how do I what is the end? So if I make it through 4 years, is there like how do I know if I made it? Did I graduate, or is there kind of like assessments to go along, or do we just kind of follow the ages and stages questionnaire, the ASQ, to see how we're doing, or what happens at the end of 4 years?
At the end of 4 years, we do a graduation. I think it's one of the most favorite things that our home visitors do. So we graduate families out of the program. There are certain criteria if it's considered a successful graduation or not, meaning that they met milestones as a family and milestones as the children are growing. But every single family graduates, and it's with gratitude that we thank them for sticking that 4, sometimes 5 years with us. And it's just kind of a fun celebration between the home visitor and the family, and they do some fun activities and create a little graduation cap, and it's just a really fun time for us, and we hope the families too.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love graduating? And I just want to say, for anybody watching right now, if you have questions, pop them in the comments there, or if you have experience with Healthy Families home visiting, we'd like to hear that too, so you can put that in the chat as well. Okay, so I get a graduation, super cool. So if I have multiple children, can I use it again for my second or my third, or do I just get one go?
Typically, we just do one go, because the entire time that we're with you for the 4 to 5 years, we're supporting the entire family. So while we enroll one kiddo, we're really helping you focus on every member of the family as well. That's not to say we haven't re-enrolled if there's significant need in the home, but it's something that we have to talk to our funder about and get approval for. So it's not something we typically do, but not something we can't do either.
Right, depending on the situation and that assessment, again, probably determining if there's a need. Okay. Oh, I had one more. It just popped in my brain when Kelly was talking. What else would you two like to say while I try to remember what it was I was going to ask? Is there anything we kind of forgot to talk about? Well, I guess the big one for me is, how do I sign up, and who do I talk to when I call? Or do I call? What's the process for signing up?
For like self-referrals, we have our brochure, which is out and about in the community in some places. I think the library has some.
Are you holding it right there, Kelly? Do you have it?
I am holding it right here.
All right, there it is. Okay.
There it is. And there's a QR code on there, so you can scan that and fill out a form that way. You can also get onto our health department website and go to our programs and go to the Healthy Families program, and there is a link there to fill out a form as well to self-refer.
Okay, so is that the best way to do it, like online? Is like fill out an application, just contact information, and then I'll get a
Yeah.
call back or an email back, or what's the?
Yep. So once we get the referral, it will get assigned depending on what county you're in to the worker for that county, and then within 2 days of the referral receipt, you'll get a call from the worker in that county to talk more about the program with you and set up that initial visit.
Okay. All right. That doesn't sound too scary. So you have a different worker in each county that does home visiting?
We
Yes.
do. I would like to point out that we also text as well. So for those of you who don't like phone calls, we do texting. So you might receive a text from us as well.
Yeah,
To make
that's
that
handy.
easier.
Definitely. All right, so I know where to go. I know how to find it, the QR code, and it's also linked in this event, and it'll be linked on our website as well for people to be able to find that when you're watching this video. All right, what else? What have we forgotten? Caitlin, Kelly, is there anything else you'd like to share to really make people excited about filling out that referral or becoming a new healthy family?
Yeah, I think we have openings in most of our counties at this point. So we are ready and happy to get your referrals if you want to put those through. You can also call our 1-800 number at the health department and talk to our central intake, and they can get you in touch with the right staff member as well. If you don't have smartphone capability or access to that form online, we can take phone call referrals as well. But I think the biggest thing is that all of our home visitors who are nurses and social workers, we love the work that we're able to do with families, and our joy is home visiting and being with families in their space and helping them through whatever they need assistance with. So if you think you can benefit from that, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you in any way.
Thank you, Caitlin. Kelly, any last parting words?
I would just say it's a really great opportunity to get connected to a lot of different local resources. It's an opportunity to meet other people in the community with kiddos. So I just think it's really great for parents to be involved if they're able.
My last thing as a parent is so I'm a parent, I'm a busy parent, and I have kids that live in my home, and maybe pets that live in my home, and maybe other adults that live in my home. What if my house is kind of like not magazine cover, you know, looking when you show up? How do I have to like make sure my house is spick and span and everything's taken care of? So I'm a little nervous that you're going to come in as a nurse and a social worker, and things might not look great.
We are completely non-judgmental. We're happy to meet you in whatever space you're in, kids, animals, grandparents. We've seen it all at this point, I think, and are happy to. So I hope no one worries about that. I know people do. But we're really just there to support you and your family. And we know that life can be messy at times and busy, and we're here for that.
Yeah, I think you saying we've seen it all by this point is, might feel pretty accurate, because our lives are messy, and sometimes our homes reflect that. Busy days, busy time of life raising kiddos. So that is a little bit of relief. I'm still going to be like shoving things underneath the couch in the last minute, but might not be getting out the steam mop. Okay, well, thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Kelly. Anything else we've got before we sign off?
I think I'm all set.
Excellent. Yeah, I just want to encourage people. The links have been popped into the chat for filling out the inquiry form, as well as the actual brochure itself. And I have seen those floating around in all the places that brochures can be in our communities. So pick one of those up. What was that 1-800 number, Caitlin? Do you know it for the health department?
Yeah. It's 1-800-432-4121.
Okay.
And our website is nwhealth.org.
Excellent. We'll pop those in there as well. Well, thank you very much, Caitlin. Thank you, Kelly. Hopefully we can get some more families on your caseload, and they can get support through the health department and the Healthy Families program.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.